Hello guys! Welcome to the part 2 of our video presentation. Now, let's continue our lesson.
Simple statements. These statements are convey one idea with no connecting words. Simple statement example. 1. Today is Thursday. 2. Mary is eating pie. 3. Bob tries dancing today.
Good day everyone, my name is Erica Iudobar and today I will tell you something about compound statements. Compound statements are formed by combining simpler ones using connectives. The connectives used generally in mathematics are and, or, if, then, and if and only if. The truth value of compound statement will depend on its truth value of simpler components. There are types of compound statement. One is negation, opposite value of P. 2 is conjunction, true only when P and Q are false. Disjunction, false only when P and Q are false. 4 is conditional statement, false only when P is true and Q is false. And 5 is biconditional, true only when P and Q are true or both false. And that's all.
My name is Diana May B. Pupanes from BSE 1G. I am in the group of Tribe 4, Hypercalcula. Samples of compound statement with a logical connectors. Let's start with negation or a not statement. From the word negate, example, Rodrigo Duterte is the Vice President of the Philippines. So, when we negate the Vice President of the Philippines, the result is Rodrigo Duterte is not the Vice President of the Philippines. Let's move on to the next. A conjunction or an and statement. When a conjunction is true, when both the conjuncts are true. Example, Baguio is the summer capital of the Philippines and Manila is the capital of the Philippines. So we add the word and in the statement. So, Baguio is the summer capital of the Philippines. True. And Manila is the capital of the Philippines. Also true. T plus T is equal to T. Disjunction or the or statement. When a disjunction is false is when both the disjuncts is false. Example, Rodrigo Duterte is the Vice President or Leni Robredo is the President. Rodrigo Duterte is the Vice President. False. Or Leni Robredo is the President. False. We use ors in the connective. False plus false is equal to false. Now, let's move on to conditional statement or an if-then statement. When a conditional is false is when the antecedent is true and the consequent is false. Example, if I will study hard, then I will pass. True. If I will not study hard, then I will pass also. False. T plus F is equal to F. And lastly, a biconditional statement or an if and only if statement. When a biconditional is true is when both the first and second conditional have the same truth. Example, if I will study hard, then I will pass. And if I pass, then I studied hard. I will pass if and only if I study hard. We use if and only if word in the statement. T plus T is equal to absolutely true. That's all. Thank you for listening.
Hi everyone, good day. So I'm Cindy B. Albanyo, BC1G Group 4. Task assigned to us is how to write a compound statement in a symbolic form. Today I'm discussing about the compound statement. So let me first give the meaning of compound. Compound made up of two or more consisting parts of elements, and the statement is a definite, clear expression of something in speech or writing. So, giving the meaning of compound and statement, so it is a definite or clear expression of two or more existing parts of elements or writings. Have 5 elements in compound statements, which are the negation, conjunction, conditional, and biconditional. I will give a slide to understand more about the compound statement and how to write it in a symbolic form. Giving the meaning of this slide, it is a logic connectivity between compound statement and symbolic form. Negation is the contradiction or denial of something. Giving the example is while when we write it in a logic symbol, it is what we call tilde. While in conjunction, it is a word to connect clauses or sentence or to coordinate two words. It can be and or but. And in symbolic form, it is the help. This conjunction, a lack of correspondence or consistency in its uses, or symbolic form are vel. Conditional, a conditional clause or conjunction, meaning it uses F and then. While in symbolic form, it is the arrow. Moving on, biconditional, it is a statement combining statement with each converse. It uses F and only F. The symbolic form was a double arrow. Additional information is the common English translation. Let's just say that P represents a sentence. If the sentence P is not true, then you will use the tilde before the P. If the sentence P connects and or but to the sentence Q, then you will use the hat. Then if the sentence P and Q uses or, then you will use vel. In conditional, the sentence P and Q uses F and then, so we use the arrow sign. While in biconditional, the sentence P and Q uses the combining statement, which are the F and only F, then we uses the symbol double arrow. To understand more, let me give you an example. So let P represent the statement, dinner includes soup, and let Q represents dinner includes salad. And when in this statement, dinner includes a vegetable, represent letter R. Let dinner include soup represent P. It uses and, so we use the symbol hat. We also uses open parentheses and close parentheses because the two sentence or word combines. Salad represent Q, while uses or. In symbolic form, it is the vel to connect to a vegetable, which is the letter R. Dinner includes soup and salad, so the word soup and salad combine, so we uses again the open and close parentheses. Then let dinner include soup represent P. We also uses the conjunction and, so hat will be the symbol. And Q is for salad. Then the word or represent vel and the letter R for vegetable. Thank you for watching, so hoping that you understand some of my discussions.
Good day, everyone. My name is Joymi Castelo Saraan, and now I am going to discuss about the write a compound statement in a symbolic form. Write a compound statement in a symbolic form. So, the conjunction, disjunction, negation, implication, and the last is biconditional. So, let's we know about the compound statements in a symbolic form. So, we cannot deny the fact that the truth value of proposition is presented in a truth table. A truth table displays the relationship between the truth values of proposition. The truth tables are especially valuable in the determination of the truth values of proposition constructed from simpler proposition. So, the conjunction. The conjunction of the proposition P and Q is the compound statement. P and Q denoted as P and Q. So this symbol named Wilge, and you can read as a P and Q. So this table show that which is true only when both P and Q are true, otherwise it is false. That's a conjunction. Disjunction. The disjunction of the propositions P and Q is the compound statement P or Q, denoted as P, V, Q. So this symbol name V, or you can read P or Q. So this table show that which is false only when both P and Q are false. Otherwise, it is true. So that is a disjunction. The negation of the statement P is denoted by P where is the symbol or not. So this symbol named tilde. So you can read the not. So this table show that the truth value of the negation is always the reverse of the truth value of the original statement. So that is the negation. So, implication. The implication of the propositions P and Q is the compound statement. If P then Q denoted as P then Q. So this table showed that which is false only when P is true and Q is false. So that's a implication. And the last but not the least, biconditional. The biconditional of the proposition P and Q is the compound statement. P if and only if Q denoted as P and Q, and only Q. So this table showed that which is true only when both P and Q have the same truth values. Just like this, the truth tables for biconditional. So just that's it. Thank you.
Good day everyone, I am Ashley and Bislip. I'm from the SEYNG major in mathematics. Now I will discuss for you about a write a compound statement to a symbolic form. Now I will discuss some example and explanation on how to write a compound statement to a symbolic form. First is, we need to analyze the statement of the symbolic logics. There are 5 symbolic and the common English translation, which negotiation is the common English translations of not P is not true that P. Conjunction P and Q and P but Q. This conjunction is P or Q. Conditional is F P then Q. P is sufficient for Q. P is necessary for P. Biconditional P if and only if P is necessary and sufficient for Q. Now we will discuss one by one the symbolic form. First is end statement. end statement as F, P, and Q are two simple statements, then the compound statement P and Q is symbolized by P and Q. For example, P is represent the art show was enjoyable, and Q represent by the room was not. Then how we are going to write it to a symbolic form? Like this. The art show was enjoyable, but the room was not. The symbolic form is P but Q. The end statement is to have a common English expression from P and Q. The English statements is and, but, yet, and nevertheless. Next is or statement or the disconjunction. Disconjunction is a compound statement formed using the exclusive or represented by the symbol V. Thus, P or Q is symbolized by P or Q. For example, PA represents the bill received majority approval, and the Q is represented by B. The bill becomes a law. And the compound statement to a symbolic form is first statement. The bill received majority approval or the bill becomes a law. The symbolic form is P or Q. Second statement. The bill received majority approval or the bill does not become a law. The symbolic form, the second statement is P or not Q. Next, if and then statement. The compound statement if P then Q is symbolized by P if and or the arrow sign or the arrow symbol and Q. This if and then statement is there are two forms which is antecedent and consequent. The statement before the if and then or the arrow is called antecedent, and the statement after the arrow is called the consequent. For example, P is represent a person is a father, Q is represent a person is a male. We are going to translate it to a symbolic form. First statement, if a person is a father, then that person is a male. The symbolic form is P arrow Q. Second statement, if a person is not a male, then that person is not a father. The symbolic form is not P arrow sign not Q. The if and then statement is to have a common English expression like and statement, which is then, if, is sufficient for, is necessary for, only if, and only if Q and P. Thank you.
In mathematics, it is important to determine the opposite of a given mathematical statement. This is usually referred as negation of a statement. Negation of a statement. It is a statement that is constructed from a previous statement such that it is true if the previous statement is false, and it is false if the previous statement is true. It is another statement that has the opposite meaning. It also has the opposite truth value. This is the symbol of negation, which means not. A simple meaning of negation, which means negative. For example, the truth value of the negation of P are given in this negation truth table. Truth table is a table that shows the truth value of a compound statement for all possible truth value of its simple statement. This truth table helps us find all possible truth values of a statement because each statement is either truth or false but cannot be both. One thing to keep in mind is that if a statement is true, then its negation is false, and if the statement is false, then its negation is true.
In the previous lesson, we've learned about the definition of the negation of the statement, which is the negation means the negative of something. So, for example, if I say the earth is round in shape, then what would be the negation of the statement? The negation would be the earth is not round in shape.
Now, consider this example. Jordan is tall. What will be the negation of this statement? Will it Jordan is short? Not really. Remember that negation is just the negative of a statement. That is why we just deny the statement, but we don't say the opposite of the statement. So the correct answer would be Jordan is not tall. Another example is all the vehicles have four wheels. What would be the negation of this statement? Will it no vehicles has four wheels? No. Negating does not imply writing the opposite, so it could be some vehicles have four wheels. This wouldn't correct either way. Why? Remember, we don't correct the statement, but just negate it. How about all the vehicles do not have four wheels? In this statement, we are negating the sentence, right? But even this cannot be the negation of this statement. Let me explain why. Here, we are talking about a group that is a group of vehicles and not a particular vehicle or a single entity. In such cases, there is a simple solution to find the negation. As first step, we just add the phrase "it's not the case" or "it's false that" to the start of the statement. So in this case, the statement would be "it's false that all the vehicles have four wheels." Or it's not the case that all the vehicles have four wheels. Now we come to the step 2, that is finding the negation of the statement. The two statements above imply that there is at least one vehicle which does not have four wheels. So the correct way of writing the negation of such statement is there exists at least one vehicle which does not have four wheels. This is the negation of the statement. Let's take another example for better understanding. Squares of all the numbers are not positive. Here we are talking about a group of numbers, hence the negation would be there exists a number whose square is positive.
Hi, I am Sherlyn A. Satona from BSE 1G. In our previous lesson, we discussed about negation of the statements, and now I will give some examples of negating logical statements.
Negating logical statements. As we already know, a logical statement is a sentence that can be determined to be either true or false. Negating a logical statement is rewriting the statement in a way so that its true value changes to the opposite. Let's talk about symbolic notation for statements in negation.
Example number 1. Carlos likes donuts. This statement is a true statement. Therefore, what would be our negation? So our negation will be a false statement. It will be Carlos does not like donuts. Example number 2. It's not going to rain tomorrow. This statement is also a true statement. Therefore, what would be our negation? Our negation will be a false statement. It will be, it is going to rain tomorrow. Example number 3. Winter came early this year. This statement is a true statement. Therefore, our negation will be false statement. Winter did not come early this year. Example number 4. Dolphins are not fish. In this example, this statement is false statement. Therefore, our negation will be a true statement. It will be dolphins are fish. Example number 5. Madrid is the capital of France. This statement is a false statement. We all know that Madrid is not the capital of France. So our negation will be a true statement. It will be Madrid is not the capital of France. And that's all the examples of negating logical statements.